So aside from remembering to plug your monitor into your graphics card instead of your motherboard, what do you do after building your PC? And in this video, I tend to answer that question, show you guys how to install Windows, and give you some programs that you might find useful with your new PC. Well, let's start with Windows because that's where everything starts, to be honest. If you intend on using Linux, go find someone with more free time than me. To install Windows, you need a Windows installation USB, and to do that, you'll need to decide if you want Windows 10 or Windows 11. I personally use Windows 11, but the steps for Windows 10 are the same. It's just going to look a little bit different once you get Windows installed and you get into the setup. You can either make the install disk or you can buy one. Making one is much cheaper than buying one. You'll need a 16 gig USB stick or larger. I think this works fine with an 8 gig, but just use 16 or larger, and you'll also need a PC to run the utility on one. So it's kind of a catch-22. So to start, go to the link in the description below for either Windows 10 or Windows 11. It's the Installate, it's the media creation tool. Install the program and run it. You'll have to accept the license agreement to continue. From there, you'll select your language and edition of Windows you want to install. Click Next and make sure your USB flash drive is plugged into your PC. Then click the USB flash drive itself. Click Next. Click on the USB flash drive you want to use. Click Next and wait. That's it. You've created an install disk. It's too easy. Now we need to use the install disk. So plug the USB stick into the PC you want to install Windows on. I know it's not important, but I always plug the USB directly into the motherboard and not into the front panel I/O. Once that's in, turn on your PC, spam the BIOS key. Some motherboards will let you hold the button to get it, but I can't seem to find a rhyme or reason to see which ones will let you do that. Once you're in the BIOS, now is a great time to enable XMP. I can't remember what it's called for Windows, but it's the extreme memory profile that lets your RAM run in its rated speed. You should either have a quick setting that lets you do it like I do, or you should be able to find it around the same place that you would go to adjust your CPU clock settings. Once you have XMP enabled, you'll want to either change your boot priority to have the flash drive that you have plugged in as number 1, which would be in the boot section of your BIOS, or you should be able to find a one-time boot option and just boot to the flash drive this one time. After you've booted from the flash drive, you're now installing Windows, and at this screen you can either change what you want changed or just do nothing, and then click Next. Then click Install Now. Either enter a Windows key and click Next, or just click I don't have a product key, then click the edition of Windows you want to install, then click Agree. Agree to the EULA, click Next. Here's what you need to start paying attention to. Click on the Advanced option, not the Upgrade option. If it's a clean drive, it'll show up as unallocated space. If you have multiple drives, select the drive you want to boot into Windows 2. So if you have an SSD and a hard drive, select the SSD. Once you select the SSD, you're going to want to click New, and then click the larger partition, and then click Next. Because what that'll do is when you select New, it's going to create partitions in the drive. You're going to see a recovery portion and all that other stuff. And then the bulk of the drive will remain unused. So you can just click that larger section of the drive, and that's where Windows will get installed. Once you do that, click Next. And that's it. You're just waiting now. At this point, Windows is installing onto your PC. Your PC is going to reset a bunch of times. A bunch of crazy stuff's going to happen behind the scenes. Don't worry about any of it. The next screen you'll see is the Windows setup screen. From here, you're almost home free. Simply follow the on-screen prompts, select your country, language, keyboard layout, all that. tell Windows if you want to let it steal your soul. You know, just normal, standard Windows stuff. But Windows will make you set up a Microsoft account or log in with a Microsoft account. You can get around this by telling it you don't have internet, and you can only do that if you don't connect your PC to the internet throughout this process. You can connect your PC to the internet afterward. You'll get pop-ups saying Windows wants you to log in and all that cool stuff. You can ignore those. Eventually they'll just go away, which is kind of neat. But that's it. Just follow the on-screen prompts, set up Windows how you want Windows set up. And at this point, your PC, after it restarts another few times, is fully functional. There will be links in the description to all the software that I use, so RGB stuff, MSI Afterburner, game launchers, all that stuff that you just kind of want on your new gaming PC to, use it. Well, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Always helps. And hey, we just hit 50 subscribers. That's pretty cool. I will see you guys in the next video.